You know, the world can be a terrifying place, honestly, and that does not exclude the furry fandom, unfortunately. As you know, especially with my last video, the last few furry conventions have all had something notable happen at them, and it has been notably bad. And in America, right as the recording of this video, there's just been another school shooting recently. It's just awful. There's constant threats of shootings and constant actual shootings happening here in America. So when I talk about a convention like Fernal Equinox, it's sad to say that there was an incident that caused a lot of terror and fear in people. And that was the incident where someone in the lobby yelled gun. Now what happened is there was a horrible scream. Someone yelled gun in the lobby and everything kind of went chaotic from there. However, I wasn't there. Instead of having me speculate on what happened, I am going to read someone's first-hand account of what happened at this convention. And I asked them permission on Twitter to read their account of it, and they said that was fine as long as I didn't say their name, so I'm not going to name them. But I do want to give them credit anyway for what they did and for coming out with their story, because I'm sure it'll help other people, and I'm glad to share it in this video to clarify what happened, what to do a little bit in an incident like this, and sort of the aftermath of an incident like this. So I'm gonna go and read their story right now.
Now the tweet is rather lengthy, but it says, "Please note, the following is my personal account of an incident that occurred at Fernal Equinox early Sunday morning. I love Fernal Equinox, Toronto, and I'm greatly appreciative towards all the staff. I personally felt obligated to write the following." And it just opens up saying that this is their personal statement, etc. "I wanted to discuss an incident that occurred early Sunday morning at Fernal Equinox. I feel obligated to publicly post what happened and how I'm doing. For multiple reasons I will get into. I am safe and physically unharmed, just really disturbed and really shaken up. I honestly have been struggling to comprehend what happened. It does not feel real, even as I write this. The following is my first-hand account. I am refraining from stating any assumptions in my story to avoid any false information, which is honestly a good practice. Fortunately, to my knowledge, this was a false alarm." And a lot of people were confused about this. They were like, did an actual shooting occur? Was this a bomb threat? What happened? But no, it was a false alarm, as far as we know. My recount of the incident that unfolded. I was out taking fursuit pictures of a friend since there was a fresh layer of snow that blanketed Toronto. Upon re-entering the hotel lobby early 2:45 Sunday morning, I reconvened with friends. 5 minutes later, we all heard an individual scream multiple times from the South Towers. Their scream sounded like someone who was both in fear and in pain. It was indescribable. It haunts me. That is really terrifying. If I heard that, I'd be like, some shit just went down. Ugh. Everyone in the lobby became silent. Then second later, someone in the lobby yelled gun multiple times. That is horrifying. Oh my god, especially with everything that's been happening lately. How many school shootings are happening every week in America? Just to hear someone yell gun, fight or flight immediately. I'm not sure what I'd do in that situation. Pretty sure I'd run though. This sent the lobby scrambling to evacuate the immediate surrounding. As I sprinted and saw people knock over furniture, scramble for cover in the North Tower, or flee down or up the stairs. Later, when I ran outside, I saw a few people sprinting through the sky bridge. This sounds so terrifying, and I had no idea it was this bad. I ran down the north side tower and followed a small group who was also running outside the building. We exited onto the street level, the first right exit when you head down the north tower. We then searched cover in a parking lot next to the Scotia Bank, a block away on the same street. Toronto at this time was well below freezing. Fortunately, I was dressed since I had just returned from a photo session. This kind of reminds me of the gas attack at MFF. I was very thankful to be in a fursuit at the time when that happened. I proceeded to stay in place, distance from the hotel along with 3 other individuals in the parking garage. We then hid here for 20 to 30 minutes. That's a scary 20 to 30 minutes not knowing what is going on. While outside, we watched a few police cars enter the hotel main entrance. Eventually, we saw a video that was posted of the lobby floor covered with police. We then concluded that it was safe enough to return to the hotel. We had a radio with our small group as one of the individuals we were with was a staff member, but we heard no radio chatter as we were too far out of range for anything. Unfortunately, as well, during this time in the parking garage, I had not seen any official information yet released. I do not know who screamed, why they screamed. I do not know who in the crowd yelled gun, or what they had seen to prompt them into yelling gun. I will make no assumptions on any of those questions to help mitigate the spread of false information, and that's fair. To note, I'm sharing my story now after I had already shared my story with the proper staff within the Fernal Equinox security team to help aid in their investigation. I did witness several people providing the Toronto police information regarding this incident as well after returning to the hotel. Why I'm sharing my story. My goal of writing the above was to dissuade false information that had been propagating throughout the convention Sunday. I had heard 4 different iterations of what occurred. Rumors such as an active shooter who would fire shots between floors 12 and 15. Oh God, gunman killing someone in the elevator, someone playing a prank, and someone overreacting. And this is, again, parallels between when I was at the MFF gas attack years and years and years ago. Everybody sort of started to play telephone, and there were stories of what possibly went down, and some of them truly terrifying. Reasons for the spread of false information are not specific to the fandom, though there is a point in me mentioning this. I was in a parking garage with 3 other individuals who were monitoring media channels to review when it is safe for us to return to the hotel. I was terrified, that parking garage. I was separated from all of my friends, their status unknown to me for a decent amount of time. Yeah, that's always scary. You're like, what if something happened to my friends and I just got lucky? Ugh. No official word or confirmation on what was occurring. Meanwhile, we saw 3 or 4 of these fake rumors propagating. I did not know whether or not I returned to the hotel if I could have been shot and killed. I did not know at what point whether or not the threat was legitimate since we had heard nothing official. Had this been a shooter, misinformation would have put people's lives at risk of injury or death. That is incredibly true. Speculation can be very dangerous. My personal reasons for sharing this account, my next point, have empathy for people like myself and many others who are struggling to grasp what happened. I watched a few individuals make fun of the situation and making fun of those who were generally fearful and anxious of what was happening. It hurts a lot and it's insensitive. While some individuals are making fun of the situation and those involved, I was instructing my friends who were hiding on how to barricade a door from an active shooter and instructing them how to grab something as a weapon in case it ultimately came down to it. Hopefully the dichotomy of this example is painfully clear. I could see it from both sides because some people's reaction to horrifying situations is to make jokes and to make light of it, and that's their way of coping, and some people are just jerks on Twitter. So yeah, I can understand that, and especially if you're in a traumatic situation and someone's making fun of it, it's not great. Active shooter threats have been growing increasingly more common in the US. God. Right? I will refrain from commenting regarding Canada as I'm unfamiliar with incidents involving Canada. Honestly, same, I'm not really sure. I want to reiterate to those who may or may not have been trained to deal with an active shooter situation. Run, hide, fight, in that specific order. I ran, some of my friends did. We all then awaited some form of official confirmation when it was safe to return to any normalcy. That is true. Run and hide, and then fight if you absolutely have to. Don't fight first. That's a mistake. Regardless if you believe it is an active shooter or not, take it seriously. Your actions in the moment can cost someone their life or your own life. Again, this is great advice. I want to encourage those who are struggling to reach out to social workers to seek help. I'm going to. I have been struggling to sleep since the event occurred, and I am completely failing to process what happened. I keep hearing that scream and then rerunning the event over and over again in my head. Today, when I was waiting in person of my flight home, I went to a bathroom stall and cried for hours. It was the first time I had been alone and allowed myself to express my emotions. I'm hurting a lot. What I experienced does not feel real. Closing remarks. Lastly, to the individuals from the FE security team I talked to Sunday night, I want to personally thank both of you for not only listening to my account of what happened, but the care you both showed me. You two took me aside personally to ask me and see how I was emotionally doing, showing me the care that I did not know I needed. I'm deeply thankful. Man, we don't give staff that do things right enough credit. I know we jump on staff who do anything wrong in a convention, but man, kudos to the staff who actually make positive differences. Thank you guys. Thank you to all my friends as well who have been reaching out to me. I know I've been passing it off like it's calm and not wanting to involve you. Truth is, I'm hurting and I don't really know how to express it. Me writing this statement is a way for myself to express everything I feel and how conflicted I am. As hard as it is, I encourage those who went through this traumatic experience to share their stories with the Furry Equinox team via official means, when they are comfortable to try and help aid their investigation regarding this incident. Please utilize firsthand knowledge of what happened. There are far too many rumors floating around. In summary, this is an account from someone who is actually at the lobby during the time of the incident. Please respect that, and those like myself who are struggling to process what happened. To those who continue to spread false information, you do nothing but harm those who are actually experiencing the events, and I hope in reading this you change your ways. I'm hurting, and many others might be. Please respect us. And then they say their name. And the only update they ever posted was on 3/19/23, and it reads as follows. March 19, 2023, early morning disturbance. Update what we know so far. Early this morning, there was an incident near the South Tower elevators that created a disturbance which spread throughout the convention level at approximately 2 a.m. The events occurred as follows. Attendees moved down the escalators away from the South Tower. They moved across the lobby and then back upstairs towards the Skybridge to the convention center. Hotel security called Toronto Police Services immediately following the incidents. The Nightingales responded shortly after hearing the attendees. Together with the Toronto Police Service, they secured the area. Then they performed a sweep of the area. A lockdown was initiated and the gaming lounge was evacuated. An all clear was called within 2 hours and no immediate threats were located. The investigation is still ongoing at this time. We do not have more details, but provide updates as we investigate further. Please allow us to continue gathering information to avoid spreading rumors. We have been assured that the convention area is safe, blah, 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 blah. Really, no updates. I've looked on Twitter and they haven't really said anything about it since.
And now that I read that, obviously I'm not going to speculate at what happened, because, I mean, I don't know. Vernal Equinox hasn't come out. They haven't said what happened. All we know is what they experienced. We're not sure why someone screamed. We're not sure why someone yelled gun. And since I don't know, I'm going to take the advice of what I just read and not speculate on it. I have no idea. What stuck out for me the most from that story was the advice. And that was run, hide, and then fight. I like that they emphasized the first thing you do is you run in an instance like that. The second thing you do is you hide. And the third thing you do do if you are absolutely desperate and you must is fight. Because some people might think fight first, but in reality, to save your life and probably more other lives, run and hide until you know what's going on. And I just want to relate to this a little bit with the gas attack that I experienced so many years ago at MFF, where everything was evacuated, people were brought outside in the freezing cold, and I had friends that were actually affected by the gas attack that went to the hospital. They actually did. They suffered ramifications of what happened. Something really did happen that night. I heard so many rumors that night, people saying this or that happened, that there was a terrorist attack, that it was chlorine gas, that it was other mustard gas, whatever. No one knew what was going on. People's rumors would spread. People would overhear other people saying something and think it was confirmed. No, and social media wasn't as far along then as it is now. So man, it was a mess. And those incidents are scary. And I just hope we have less incidents like this at conventions. And God forbid we ever have an actual shooting at a convention. That will absolutely, yeah, let's just hope that never ever happens. Anyway, it is scary out there, and a lot of people again are deterred from going to conventions because of incidents like this, but I just want to say to you, don't let it deter you. Bad stuff can happen anywhere, unfortunately, and you can live your life in fear, or you can just go about living your life and not letting the people that threaten our happiness win. And if something bad happens, it happens. That would be awful, but in reality, most conventions you go to, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna meet people that are amazing. You're gonna have long-lasting stories. You're going to have amazing experiences. Don't say you're not going to go to an event because of one bad person or one bad incident or something like that. Conventions are still fun. They are doing their best to keep them safe, and I'm going to keep going to conventions and enjoy myself. I just want to say that the people affected at that incident that happened, I feel bad for you. And again, what I read, they give great advice as to reach out to someone to get help, because I know it can be traumatic. It's really tricky lately, and things can be terrible, but things can also be amazing too, and I hope that we learn something from this incident, and maybe that run, hide, and fight advice will help someone out in the future. I mean, God forbid you ever need to know that, of course, but maybe that advice will help someone out. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say at this point in this video, but I just wanted to share this account. I thought it was important to say, and it does clarify a little bit of what happened at that event, because I had no idea. All I heard was rumors. I didn't hear any first-hand accounts. And I also want to say I'm sorry this video took an extra week. I've been feeling extra depressed and down, and I don't know what's up with my anxiety lately, man. It is insane. I am like hyper anxious lately, but I brought myself to do a video this week, damn it. Screw you, anxiety. I can do it anyway. Also, I want to give, unrelated, a shout out to Paw Bakery. The Paw Bakery on Instagram. They made me new hand paws, and oh my, look at them. They're gorgeous. Paw Bakery made my other hand paws as well years ago, and they wanted to make me a new pair. They said that the fur will match better and that they fit better, and they're just better. They are better. They've gotten better. I'm serious. If you just want a pair of hand paws, that's what they do. And they do it well. It's perfect. Like, everything's, they're so squishy now. Like, my beans are a lot squishier. They're a lot cuter. Fur is like vibrant. I don't know. It's just, they're so nice. I love these. I've already been like rubbing my friends with them, and they're like, ooh, they feel so good. So again, thank you for making these for me, Paw Bakery. I really do appreciate it, and I like what you do, and I'm happy to see a small furry business do well and create amazing products like these that make people like me happy. So thank you. See, there's good out there. Yay! Also, if you want to support me, check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/OdinWolf. I make videos for you guys. I try to do them every week, but sometimes my anxiety wins. Also, I have like awesome merch like this stuff or whatever at odinwolf.storemb.com, or if you're an adult at 14werewolves.store. And yeah, hopefully I don't have to do many more videos or any more videos on bad events happening at furry conventions in the future, because I just want things to go well. I want you to be happy. I want my damn anxiety to go away and my depression. I want things to improve, so let's all work on it together, shall we? It's been Odin Wolf, and bye-bye.
And as always, I want to thank my patrons for last month, March, especially Timmy at the Timmy Donut tier. Timmy's Donut is the best donut ever. You should try Timmy's Donut. Timmy Donut, Timmy Donut, Timmy. Thank you, Timmy. And everybody at Diamond, Cosmo, Deku Panda, Brian B, Lindsay, Pup Happy, Slip Fox Socks, and Nathaniel C. Thank you all, 3, 6, 7 of you for your Diamond support last month. You guys are some of the most generous people on Earth. And everybody at Platinum, Tatanka Winterheart, Jay Skulls, Dynamo, Neo, Robert Deere, Sleeping Kaiju, and Woolyafa, Meeps Kitten, Snow Wolfsky Pup, Zenhort K. Thank you all for your Platinum support last month. Again, that's a lot to be pledging to someone like me, so I appreciate each and every one of you. And everybody at Gold, Silver, and other tiers. Thank you so much for making my dreams come true.